Alright, sis. This is Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Hi.
Hi.
How
John.
you doing?
Hi. And there's Tonka going to get his feet trimmed.
We hope.
We hope. We'll see how he is. So he's taking a hoof knife and basically cleaning under his fingernails. Cleaning out his hoof.
Now, can you go too deep with that?
Yeah, you can.
Brian can't.
Oh, I know, but that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why. Yeah, that's why I have someone who knows what they're doing do it.
That's how I cut my toenails.
With one of those.
I'm serious.
Nippers.
So the hoof nipper. See now, Tonka's holding his feet nice and still. And when your farrier comes to trim Tonka's feet, you know, he should be very good. Tonka should be. And the farrier should not be rough with the horse. There's no need. You can see that he's just got a hold of Tonka's little head very gently with 2 fingers, and the rope is loose. Tonka knows how to stand. If he'd never had this done before, the sound of the nippers would make him nervous, the sound of the rasp, the feeling of it. But he's had this done before. He's been there, done that. And if you're quiet with the horse will be quiet with you. If you create drama, he'll dish it right back at you.
I'm sure over the years you've been kicked once or twice, though.
Yeah.
That's probably about it. Once or twice. Not too many times.
Not these guys, though.
No, not these guys. These guys are good.
So what else should an owner know? They should stand on the same side as the horse, as the farrier. When the farrier is doing the front legs, if anything, you would tip the horse's head down toward the ground a little bit. And when he goes to do the back feet, then you would tip the horse's head up a little bit. The reason for that is it takes away the power of a kick. If the horse, in order for the horse physically to give you a good wallop, he's got to put his head down first. But that's generally the rule. But sometimes horses will surprise you.
They do.
And they do. So talk about his feet, Brian. How long has you think it's been since he had his feet done? What, 12 weeks, you think?
That could be that. Depends. Don't know really his growth pattern, so 8 to 12 weeks would probably be a good estimate.
Okay, and then she's concerned about him coming inside and slipping on the floors.
Depending on the floors, like if there's wood floors or something like that, they can slip and slide around a little bit, but not too bad. Once you get used to it, they're pretty good about it.
They get used to the different surfaces.
Yeah.
And as long as they're not galloping through the house, it should be fine.
That a little tender?
No, it's just
He's
something
just
you get a little
resisting.
bit sometimes. Yeah, just resisting. A little opinionated, but
I was just asking.
Yeah.
just kind of let him go with it. I don't try to hunker down and hold him in place, you know.
Right.
He
go
would
with
get,
it.
yeah.
I see some horseshoers do.
Yeah.
Jam,
go with
they
it.
jam between their legs and fix it so they can't move.
Yeah.
And you can even paint the nails if you want.
We don't recommend that. The hooves need air,
Yes.
so don't paint their hooves. Or if you do, you take it off when you're done.
Or use watercolors.
Well, I use sidewalk chalk and color their hooves, and then it just comes off on its own.
Oh, in parades and stuff.
Does anyone hand me that?
I got it.
Because they're always constantly trying to clean their front hoof when they get muddied up.
So it's basically a giant fingernail, sort of. And don't get caught up with farriers that try to sell you their very special barefoot trim for $30 extra.
Or $40 extra.
Yeah. Pony trim is a pony trim.
Is a pony trim.
Is a pony trim.
What's a barefoot trim then?
You know, a lot of farriers will sell just a normal regular trim that we would do every day, and they put a little spin on it. It's a barefoot trim or something. They roll the foot and they give it a little Mustang roll, like such.
A Mustang roll is basically just rounding off the front, isn't it?
Exactly. And you see I'm rounding up the toe areas and the sides, right? And then I'll pull it forward and just finish rounding it all up, and a barefoot trimmer will
make a big deal out of it.
Make a big deal out of that whole process. Some people pay upwards of $100 for a barefoot trim.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing that most farriers do just anyways.
Why didn't repeat?
You know, he knows it's not his turn. He's not welcome in here right now.
He just cares what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, it's hoof trimming day. See, there's a repeat over there waiting for his turn. And there's Monty over here waiting for his turn.
I think he has a choice.
Well, yeah, you got him on a lead rope, but Repeat's just hanging out waiting for his turn. Okay, so while you do that last hoof, can you talk a little bit about the what to watch for with the hoofs and the moisture, seasonal stuff? In the summer, expect the hoof this, and she lives in Oregon.
Okay, so yeah, so if she lives in Oregon, she's going to be she's in a moist climate. So you want to make sure you keep the horse's feet clear of debris, you know, as much as possible. I know you put it back down on the ground and they go right back into it, but cleaning out the debris serves a few purposes. It lets you assess the horse's feet, and you do it on a daily basis. Then you're able to compare, you know, to the previous days and what it looks like. So, although this is all dark inside here and muddy a little bit, it's fairly benign. But while you're up in a moist environment, where they're always in moist environment, they'll get some thrush and bacteria buildup inside the frog areas here. They call these the commissaries. And you'll never be able to get rid of it. It just is, you know, horses here in California in a dry environment have it. So you want to make sure that you just kind of clean it, so you inspect the feet to make sure that everything looks nice and clean and good. If you do experience thrush, it's like a black tar-like substance, right? It could get weepy and like molasses.
And stinky.
And it's very, very, very smelly. And the best thing to do is to clean it out. And you could add some bleach water, or you can buy a product at your local, you know, farm supply company or something like that. That's able to help you keep it managed. Also, you'll have this area here. When I trim it up here, I'll show you that if the thrush gets in the white line area, which I'll show you in a sec here. So this right here, you'll see two different areas. This is the hoof wall.
Wait.
Whoops.
Sorry,
All right.
my fault.
This is the hoof wall, and this here is the sole. And that little line in between here that you see running the whole ridge here, that's called the white line. It's a soft gummy substance, and it's laced kind of like this, like shoelaces, and it keeps this whole capsule tight. So if you see the bacteria getting in here where it's really dark black and oozy, that's something you want to try to avoid. So you want to keep that clean.
Red alert.
Red alert.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen too much down here in California, but up in Oregon it's actually fairly common. So your farrier should be able to, you know, treat it just fine.
Okay. Alright, so there's Tonka's feet. There's Brian's feet. And
John's feet.
do we have anything else before, and John's feet? Okay, do we have anything else before we conclude this?
No, I think that's kind of about it. You know, if it's, she'll never be dealing with a dry condition. But if the horse's feet get too dry and brittle, you'll see cracking and so, which, you know, isn't that big of a deal, as long as it's kind of surface cracks. But if you have larger cracks that run through the wall into the sensitive sole, you know, you want to contact your farrier and have him deal with it as quick as possible. But I don't anticipate that she's going to be running into any serious dry conditions unless everybody's right about this global warming, which I doubt. But anyways, no, I'm kidding.
Now, boots. Boots are just glue-on shoes.
I would just use
She's a-
boots.
Boots. Well,
Because-
she's concerned about being able to, the difficulty factor in putting them on and off. So
You can get a little plastic shoe, then and glue them on. Then
yeah.
if she's worried about that, then they'll stay on just fine. It's just an expense.
Yeah,
So
it is.
If she's willing
Okay.
to pay the money, then
All right.
shouldn't be too
How
bad.
how do those wild Mustangs get away with that all the time?
Well,
Because
Okay.
I've been working for the last 20 years, and they all hang around the dumps, and there's bunches of them everywhere.
Tonka.
right. Well, wild
Say
Mustangs
hi.
aren't like we're not,
All
we're not
right.
comparing apples to
Good
apples.
boy.
I know, but I noticed, you know, a lot
Bye,
of
sis.
laws are